Hey, wanted to hop on here to answer a couple more questions regarding the series that Pearson's doing on singleness, dating, relationships, and marriage. This is a question, it's a two-part question, so I'm going to go with the first part. It says, what's the best way to ask a girl out that you kind of know but don't really know? Okay, my answer to that question is, well, first, I have some questions before I answer your question. So, I think you need to figure out for yourself, are you in a position, a point in your life where you are able to pursue a Christ-honoring relationship? Are you at an appropriate age? Are you where... And when I say like Christ-honoring relationship, I mean like a romantic relationship that is with the intent of marriage. I am not a huge fan of dating just to date to see what options are out there. I think it is important to have the intention of I'm dating this person to pursue marriage. I'm not saying that you have to marry. Just because you date that person means you have to marry them. I'm not saying that. I know that's not realistic, but I do think that that needs to be the intention behind pursuing the relationship. So with that, asking yourself some questions. Are you at an appropriate age to be able to pursue marriage? Where are you at financially? Or where are you at? Are you mature enough to be able to pursue marriage? Where are you at in school or career or stage of life? Does it make sense for you to get into a relationship that can lead to marriage? A couple weeks ago, we had a marriage conference here at Summit Point Church, and Tim also preached on Sunday on loving your spouse and loving and cherishing your spouse well and what that looks like. There were a lot of good points in both of those in the conference and in Tim's sermon that really just was from God's word. What is this supposed to look like, and how do you do this well? How do you love well? And then the week following that sermon was in our daily reading plan that you find in the bulletin. Those passages for that week were around marriage and relationships and all of that. So, sorry, I had to grab my Bible. There was I think it was Song of Solomon. I know it was Song of Solomon. I think it was 1 through 7, or chapter 8, verses 1 through 7. I'm so sorry. But in there, verse 4 says, let's see here. It says, do not stir up or awaken love until it pleases. So, do not stir up or awaken love until it pleases. What does that mean? I was talking with some wise ladies here at church about that verse and what they thought it meant. And sure, there is a physical intimacy side meaning behind that as well. But what I wanted to focus on was where you may be, where I'm at, don't awaken that love until you're able to complete it. So like the completion would be marriage. So don't start something that you can't finish. If you know that you're, I don't know, if you know that you're not in a spot, spiritually, or if you're still lacking some maturity, or if there's a lot of things that are a mess in your life right now, or maybe some things that you need to get figured out, I wouldn't start a relationship. It's not wise to jump into something that may not have a good outcome. So as I was talking to some ladies, one of them encourages their kids with this verse. That she's told them this several times. Don't awaken love until it can please. And so I think that is great advice for high school and college and 20s people in their 20s or whoever, don't awaken that. Don't start it if it can't be finished. That doesn't mean that it has to be, but don't mess with it. Don't entertain it, because later on in verses 6 and 7, it says, many waters can't quench love. It's as strong as death. So it's saying that that love can be strong as death. And so if you awaken that love at a time that is not meant to be awakened, at a time where it's not appropriate, it doesn't make sense. It's more of, I just want to feel good right now. I want this to satisfy me for right now, even though I know that it may not be right. Don't mess with it. There will be a time, Lord willing, that you do get to entertain that and experience that. But I would save yourself from some of the unnecessary hurt by opening that or awakening that love that may not be able to get the full benefit of. So once you figure out if you are ready for that, then how do you ask a girl out that you kind of know but not very well? I think that is a great question. I think the ladies, me included, have made that a little bit difficult for you guys on how to appropriately, or what the best way to ask somebody out. I think there is a lot of fear of rejection and just a fear of not knowing what they'll say, how it will go on your guys' part. I think it is very scary approaching a lady and asking her formally if she would go out with you or go on a date with you, or what that might look like. What I would encourage is to get in a group of people. Maybe that is you planning some group hangouts with some of her friends, some of your friends, and seeing how you guys interact together. Seeing if it is even maybe once you do that and you are around each other a little bit more, something might be revealed where maybe I don't want to pursue that, or maybe things go really well when you're hanging out with a group of friends and it is something that you would like to pursue. And so I think the more you hang out as a group, the more you become friends, the easier it will be to ask that question. Say, hey, I know we've been hanging out in these groups, and I've really enjoyed getting to know you. Would you want to get dinner sometime? Or can I take you to dinner sometime? I think being friends is important first, and seeing how they interact in a group of people. And being here at Resonate, I think that is a great opportunity to do that. I know you guys hang out often after Thursday nights. Maybe you'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings or Steak and Shake. I think that is a great way to be around that person, to build more of a relationship with, a friendship with, and then it will be easier to ask her out. Hopefully that's helpful.